let's get right to it. We are on the edge of a new kind of global showdown. And no, this isn't about computer chips or the latest smartphone. This time, the weapon of choice is gold. Yeah, the very foundation of the entire global economy.
And this quote right here, it really says it all. The stakes couldn't be higher. We're talking about a massive tectonic shift in global power, one that takes aim directly at the heart of the modern financial world. For clear, concise updates on global power shifts just like this, make sure you subscribe to the Geopolitics Gazette. Okay, let's dive into what's really going on here.
So, what is this golden threat exactly? Well, reports are surfacing that China is getting ready to strike one of the most sensitive nerves in the American economy, its gold industry. The reported plan is a bombshell. It's either crippling tariffs on American gold or, and this is the extreme option, a complete and total ban. Now, you could see this as Beijing trying to move away from the US dollar, sure, but for Washington, this feels like a direct, calculated attack on its entire financial system. And this whole strategy even has a name, golden decoupling. The goal here isn't just to ding US exports. No, it's way bigger than that. It's about systematically cutting the United States out of the global gold market, a market it has basically run for decades, and building a brand new one.
And you better believe this puts Washington firmly on the defensive, because the fallout, the potential consequences for the United States, would be immediate, and frankly, they'd be huge.
Now, I know what you're thinking. 6%? That doesn't sound like a massive number, right? But for the actual industry inside the US, we're talking everything from the mines to the refineries, losing access to a giant market like China would be absolutely catastrophic. And look, this isn't just about shiny bars of gold sitting in a vault somewhere. This hits real people, real businesses. We're talking about mining operations in Nevada, jewelry companies in New York, and the stock prices of corporate giants like Newmont and Barrick Gold. There are literally hundreds of thousands of jobs tied to all of this. But here's the thing, this isn't shaping up to be a one-on-one fight. China is reportedly out there building an international coalition, a team to pull this off and create a whole new parallel system for gold. You can almost see the new geopolitical chessboard being set up right here. While the US is kind of stuck playing defense, China is supposedly in talks with other huge players in the gold world. We're talking Switzerland, the UAE, South Africa, trying to build this alternative network. And believe me, this isn't just talk. The numbers show it's already happening. Over on the Shanghai Gold Exchange, payments made in China's own currency, the yuan, have already rocketed past 40%. That is a huge signal that the world is actively looking for ways around the old dollar-dominated system. Which, of course, brings us to the ultimate target. This whole strategy, it isn't really about gold. It's about the US dollar. And maybe more importantly, it's about the trust that gives the dollar its value. For decades, gold has been the bedrock, the pillar holding up that trust. And that right there is the existential threat. If the world's trust in America's role as the guardian of the financial system shatters, the dollar's dominance could just crumble. The entire Bretton Woods system, the framework that has organized the global economy since the end of World War II, that's what would be at risk. So where does all this lead? Well, many experts seem to think that a direct move against US gold would be the point of no return. It would be the starting gun for a new, and honestly, a much more dangerous financial Cold War. But gold is probably just the beginning. The real fear is that if this first move works, this same exact playbook could be used to go after other critical sectors, energy, technology, and maybe even the future of money itself. Gold is just the first stone that could start an avalanche. So that's the question we're all left with, isn't it? When the ultimate safe haven asset, the bedrock of the entire financial system, becomes just another weapon in a geopolitical fight, well, it forces us to rethink every single assumption we have about economic stability and power. We could be watching the world order get reshaped right before our very eyes. To stay ahead of these monumental changes and to really understand the forces that are shaping our world, make sure you subscribe to the Geopolitics Gazette.